Full time at Craven Cottage, it is finished in our mid-season friendly. Fulham 1, West Ham United 1, and I'm here to discuss all the goings on in today's game. Without further ado, let's get into it. This is my match review for Fulham 1, West Ham 1. Now, of course, with the Premier League season resuming in just 9 days' time, I'm sure David Moyes would have wanted to treat this as a real fitness session to get his players back up to Premier League fitness as we take on, of course, Arsenal on Boxing Day at 8 o'clock. So, you know, he really probably wanted to get these players and put in a positive performance. Obviously, I'm sure he would have taken what he got in the end after the first half. But yeah, before we talk about the game on a whole, I'm going to go through the lineup so we can just sort of gauge the sort of situation we were dealt with that lineup. And so we've started with Fabianski in goal, a back four of Soufal, Dawson, Ogbonna as captain, and Emerson at left back. Suchek and Lanzini is the two holding midfielders. Then a sort of front four of Fornals on the left, Bowen on the right, Ben Rama down the middle, and Scamacca, who did start leading the line. Now, that was very similar to the lineups we saw against Cambridge and Udinese in our other two mid-season friendlies. Now, I was presuming there was just going to be a bit more to this today. I'm going to be honest, I didn't watch the full game. I saw bits of it, but you know, you would have thought two Premier League sides 9 days away from the Premier League resuming. Of course, there want to be just that bit more intensity there. And again, it just seems like we've got the same old issues there, and those same old issues seem to be defensively a little bit weak. And just the main problem, or the main two problems I have, is we just can't seem to score first. We always seem to start really slowly, which results in us conceding first, which automatically puts us on the back foot. Like, you know, even if you look at the friendlies, I think against Cambridge we went 1-0 down as well in that game. And you know, you look back at the loads of the Premier League games this season so far, we've been conceding first time after time after time, and it's already putting us on the back foot. And it's frustrating for, I'm sure, David Moyes, the players and the fans as well. Just not quite clicking early on in the game. It's just putting us on the back foot, and then maybe coming out and being a little bit better in the second half. That's all well and good if you're going to come out and score 3 goals in the second half week after week. But of course, we haven't been doing that. Not many sides could do that. Just flick a switch and start scoring goals for fun like that. We haven't been able to do that. We've been poor in most first halves this season, and then sort of relied on us getting better in the second half, where at times we have got better, but in front of goal we just seem to be really poor. And that's sort of been the way it's gone, especially in the last few weeks of the first part of the season, sorry, and in these friendlies as well. Obviously, some more disappointing news to come out of it was, of course, still no Cornet. Mikel Antonio's, we believe a couple of people have said that picked up a bit of a tight thigh strain yesterday in training, so that's why he wasn't involved. And of course, we had it's a Diop injuring Gianluca Scamacca with a pretty firm tackle in the game as well, which sent Gianluca Scamacca off very early on in the game, which of course none of us wanted to see. Inside 13 minutes, I think it was, Gianluca Scamacca was replaced by Flynn Downs, which meant that Jared Bowen moved to the central position, and just a little bit of a formation and how we play rejig with Gianluca Scamacca going off. And then in the second half, we did see pictures and videos of Scamacca sat next to Declan Rice watching on. So let's hope that that's not too bad, because obviously with Antonio out for we don't know how long with a tight thigh, you know, you don't know how long that could be. That could just be a little niggle, or that could be quite a serious injury. So currently, both of our strikers are injured. Hopefully, we're going to get some positive updates about them very soon. But yeah, that was not good to see, of course, for the player who's had a little bit of a frustrating start to life in East London, and of course for us as well, leaving us worrying with just no strikers, which meant Bowen had to go up top, and in the end he did score, which credit to him for that. But of course in the 43rd minute, Carlos Vinicius opened the scoring for Fulham just before half time, the perfect time to score in a game, and we went into half time 1-0 down. And again, you know, people talking about just the same issues time after time after time, which is just not good. And there's something seriously wrong there. And the worrying thing about it as well is I don't see where the answers are coming from, to be honest. Again, as I said in the title, it wasn't very convincing today. We only got the point in the end at half time. I think most people would have taken us getting a point out of it, but it's unconvincing. You know, it would have been brilliant today to go, you know what, it's only a friendly, we're not going to take too much notice into it, but we go, we put a couple past Fulham. They're a good side for them, don't get me wrong, but if we put a couple past them, just to say to the fans and everybody else, we haven't lost our touch. But again, it was just that predictability, just that sort of predictability about it, and that sort of Downs coming on for the substitution summed it up quite nicely there. You know, you could have brought on Moyes could have brought on a youngster early on in the game. He did have Mubamba on the bench. A couple of others on the bench he could have brought on. He did bring Downs on, which, to be fair, was probably the second best option attacking wise. But it does on paper look like an extremely defensive substitution. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And then, of course, we got our goal back to equalise on the 62nd minute. A really, really good piece of work from Flynn Downs. I think it was to win a free kick. I'm not quite sure, but a good piece of work from Flynn Downs. And then Jarrod Bowen converts, puts it, as the Twitter admin says, coolly into the back of the net. So, yeah, great work from Downs to win a tackle on the edge of the box, and it lands for Bowen, who finishes it coolly and puts it in to the back of the net. So that hopefully should give Jarrod Bowen a bit of confidence. I know it's only a friendly, but that's positive for him as well, getting on the score sheet, because he's been struggling to do that so far this season. So hopefully he can take some confidence from that into Boxing Day and into the Premier League games to continue on. Ben Johnson came on as a substitute with just 12 minutes to go, with Emerson coming off. Mubamba came on, as well as Svaya for Bowen and Ben Rama, two youngsters for the last 5 minutes or so, just to see it out. And it did end in a 1-1 draw. So, you know, at half time when we were 1-0 down, I think we would have all said, you know, it's a friend, let's just get out of it with a point. And that's exactly what we've got at the end of the day. It's not convincing. It's not filled me with loads of confidence going into that Arsenal game, but it is what it is. We just have to wait and see. Now, that's our final game. That's our final proper bit of game time preparation for that game against Arsenal. I don't know whether you're exciting. I don't know whether you're watching or excited or dreading that game, to be honest with you, but we'll be building up to that, as well as all the December dailies, keeping you up to date with all the West Ham news, views, opinions and subjects right here on West Ham Official. So yeah, finished Fulham 1, West Ham United 1 in the end. Thank you very much for watching my match review. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham Official if you're new. Check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver & Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. And I'll catch you very, very soon for a new video on the channel. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when that new video comes out. And yeah, we'll see you soon on the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and bye-bye.